A section of engineers are in the county of Mombasa for a 4-day forum. This as they deliberate on ways to improve service delivery in the sector. My colleague Regina Manyara is with the engineers down at the coastal part of the country. Regina, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Irene Mchuma. That is rightfully put. Indeed, the 30th IEK International Convention, the curtains have closed early this morning. And it has been quite the convention, so to speak. A myriad of resolutions that I'm going to be taking you through, including supporting education when it comes to matters of engineering courses, inclusion of women, and also enabling local engineers to practice across borders. To just give us an overview over their experience in this international convention is none other than Dr. Engineer Johnson Musinik, who is also the former PS at Transport. Good afternoon and thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. And good afternoon, viewers. I'm in Mombasa. We are in Mombasa attending the IEK convention, which started last Monday for the last 5 days. Now, it has been a very interesting, especially now that we had over 2,500 delegates from all over the world, African countries. We had some from Europe and so on. And then apart from that, we have the leadership of the World Engineers Forum. So I think this was something, a very, very successful forum for engineers.
Now, we had the President IEK actually mention some of the resolutions that you have come to. And this is about, ensuring that also local engineers can practice, beyond Kenya. As an engineer, what do you think about that move?
I think this is something very good. You remember way back, actually, our engineers who are registered here will not be allowed to practice especially in most East African countries, Tanzania, Uganda, and the others. So I think the countries are coming together in terms of standards so that they can, when somebody has been accredited here, he can be able to work in any part of the African countries. And I think this is a very, very good gesture, especially for engineers, because there are many projects all over the place, and they should be able to work in those various areas. Now, also there is what you call Washington Accord. Again, that should be able to accord the engineers and also recognize the training in which engineers are. They are being trained on in this country. So I'm sure, as Kenya kind of engineers, we should be able to, within a year or two, we should be able to be. Our kind of application be approved, and our training should be accredited, and also that give a chance the Kenyan engineers to be able to work all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Now, also there's been a question about capacity building when it comes to young budding engineers who, for some time, they practice, they go through studies, but they do not get to actually live out or make a living from being engineers. And this is a call to action to have those organizations that are supporting engineers also, offer this training, of these engineers. Your take on this and how the impact is going to have on having these people practice?
Yeah, when you look at it in terms of training, I think we have many engineers now. In all the universities, we have the engineering schools. So the key issue which is coming up here once they finish, as an engineer, you can be able to, of course, expand and do the other kind of duties. But notwithstanding that, when you have civil engineers or mechanical engineers, they should be able to progress and make sure there are many jobs in terms of credibility and everything in that sector. Now, we are very happy. In fact, we had many future leaders actually who attended this conference. And I'm very happy again. There were some institutions which we mentioned like Kenya Power, Kenchen, and so on. And even Safaricom, they are regularly employing or giving internship to many engineers. And I think those institutions, we must be able to thank them actually, because they are doing a great service actually for this country and engineers.
Now, let me interject. Currently, we're in Mombasa, and the information getting to us is that the road, Mombasa-Nairobi road, has been temporarily closed because of the flooding situation. As an engineer, we believe engineers are there to solve solutions. What do you think we need to do going forward?
Yeah, to be very honest, it's not Mombasa alone. It has been raining all over the country, and you see there are floods. They can, flash through the roads and everything. But I think it's normal. But I think what is important mainly is to be able to comply with engineering standards in all these roads, and then again put down what's called mitigation measures. Say that should there be floods, what should be able to do, and so on. So I'm sure maybe there are some isolated cases which of course we can't be able to rule out, but I know the government, that is the responsible kind of organizations, that are taking charge to make sure that they correct that as soon as possible.
Thank you very much. Now let's hear from none other than Engineer Dr. Matu, and you're among the 6 who got the highest level of awarded the highest level of engineering yesterday evening. Take us through now. How does your title read after that particular award yesterday?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. Yes, last night I was credited with that title for a category called accredited checker. And an accredited checker is a person who is in a position to review other works done by other members of the engineering profession.
Now, looking at it, we also saw the IEK President, Engineer Eric Ohaga, say that some of the proposals that engineers have come up with from this particular convention is to have, an advisory council to advise the government on viability of projects and also track projects that are being done locally. How is this going to work at ensuring we have good quality engineering work?
Yeah, that is going to work very well, because I believe they will take the people who are the highest level of engineering, who have been engineering and having good experience, so that whatever they advise the government will be able to take. Because an experienced engineer has gone through all works. He has seen where things can go wrong and where challenges are, and he has some solutions for that. And basically, the idea is to ensure that those solutions are given to the government at the highest level, and when the government now appreciates what the engineers are saying, then it becomes much easier. Yes.
Now, Engineer, before I let you go, there's the issue of pending bills. It came up during this particular conversation, and engineers say that this is actually edging them out of business. Your take and recommendations going forward, given that you have a task force that has been set up to deal with this matter?
Yeah. Thank you. That was a very good thing that the Deputy President and of the country and His Excellency the President have taken up to pay the pending bills, because most of the consultants and contractors really are suffering right now, because some of these pending bills come from about 2, 3, 4 years, and up to now they have not been paid. What has been happening is that we have laid off quite a number of our staff, okay? But if they pay now, we shall be able to at least bring them back and wait for other works which the government wants to do.
Thank you very much, Engineer, Doctor, and now one of the highest levels when it comes to the echelons of the engineering profession. That is an accredited and certified engineer there, Engineer Dr. Matu there, telling us about what the resolutions were all about, including supporting sound engineering, enhancing future of women in engineering, improving the engineering education, as well as addressing climate change. Now, in yesterday's gala, Irene, is that a young budding engineer was among those who were awarded for innovation. He has come up with an app that is using AI that can, triangulate where trees are being cut down using AI, the sound that the power saw makes. These are some of the stories that we have been capturing in this week-long international convention that has brought over 4,000 delegates to Mombasa and 50 representation from across 50 global countries, or rather countries other than Kenya. We're going to be filing more detailed reports in regard to what the resolutions focusing on engineering a new era, a new world, if you like. Now back to you, Broadcasting House.